Okay, let us continue this case. Where was Eni in the room? So, as we said before, I think she was in the box, which was back here. Here, of course. Now that I do that, I think that's wrong. Maybe. Oh no, he's specifying it. So, but behind the folding screen. Ah, don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony.
There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that phone screen.
See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, Slimeball. Oh, she's like, yeah, her entire demeanor changes. I was like, where are the likes in these sentences? Now, Miss Miney, one so young as you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry? Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. Ooh, like that sprite. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Oh. I was still hearing the music because I forgot to turn it off. Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. That tiny little box? No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Thought it disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright. Also, I just noticed that sprite is the first time she actually opened her eyes.
Yeah.
It was like, something seems super different about her.
Yep.
Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yeah. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Okay, I think it's the holding screen, but we don't have anything specific about the gunshot in the box besides itself. Well, it looks like a bullet hole about 8 inches off the ground. Oh, it is part of the box. I guess I'll try the box first and then the folding screen. So look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. This? What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole, about 8 inches off the ground. I know, I always keep my ruler with me. Hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole of the same height. That's right. I hope that this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order. So what you're saying... Then, Mr. Pheonix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Miney? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Pheonix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! I mean, I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Well, you can't be serious. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. Gumshoe.
Yeah, he wouldn't get paid enough for that shit.
She, like,
That
she's
or
so
maybe
pretty.
she was paying him.
She's so pretty,
maybe-
I couldn't say no.
That or maybe she was paying him. He's like, oh, this is this is my new salary now.
This is what money looks like?
Oh my god.
This person. If it wasn't someone from Corain Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have had that box to use. Morgan Fey. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands. Do you deny it? I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Not today. If I wasn't coughing so much, maybe I would have tried, but
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I think this is what really happened.
It would have been hilarious to hear you say it in your voice.
The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she had my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime.
But that's when something unexpected happened.
Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low on the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out.
Please, leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here.
What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murder. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma. Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Pheonix right. Your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is... if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say, too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I'm trying to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Car accident? I'm gonna guess it's that. I just want to scroll through and see. Ah. Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Pheonix Wright. Just great. Now even she is calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile stupid Gramps. I'm, like, going to explain, so, like, please listen. It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. Insides, like, the thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. No, it wasn't. It was, like, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Pathetic, Mr. Pheonix Wright. Fail to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Tisk tisk. So many faults, Mr. Pheonix Wright. You should really learn your place. Duh. What happened? Thought I had her for sure. See, like, it's just as I, like, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well, I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Miney.
Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute.
All right.
Can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Pheonix.
Mia?
Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder.
But that's how all murders are like in this town.
But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then I'm gonna save here.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Why did she kill the victim in this way? You provide the reason. Can I really do this? Let's go for it. I am not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what.
That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now.
I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended, after all. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I kind of like that. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Pheonix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. A fond karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Pheonix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec here. Oh, okay.
All right. Nice.
Saved early, apparently.
That doesn't hurt.
Yep. Okay. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There is no way Yini could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt... everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Pheonix Wright.
Is that... okay. It is fun.
Oh, interesting. Okay, see her from this angle the first time, yeah. I guess. Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Huh? Looking down on me, even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is.
So in the third one, is it gonna be like her brother that takes revenge?
Yeah, her brother, no, her baby son.
Oh man.
God. I know there is a prosecutor that I've seen that you do face in the third game. I'm very excited to meet, but we'll get there. I don't know that much about him. I've just seen him before. I know people seem to like him. Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. And that is the car accident 1 year ago. Motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I felt like you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Here's accident. That was, like, last year in May. Like, something really bad had happened at, like, my sister's clinic around then. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, like, totally pooped, too, so I, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, like, woke up because of a jolt, and, like, it was a sea of flames around me. I, like, opened the door and, like, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Really? They spent multiple days talking about, like, a single car crash? Is there really nothing... There's nothing else happening in Los Angeles?
Nope. Nothing at all.
Yes, there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Miney's sister.
Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Okay, so we got Renee, really bad. Just driving, totally pooped. Two flames. Okay, it's a lot of lines. There's got to be some sort of secret sleeping in this testimony.
Yes, so let's find that one crushing contradiction and end this.
Okay. Last year in May. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen in your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like, that was in May too. Like, the thing with all the patients dying was, like, May 2nd. And, like, our accident was, like, on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was, like, totally tired, so that's why... Duh. Something real bad happened. Okay. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was because the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi Miney? Like, no way. Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault. Which means as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Miney is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. Interesting. Okay, and the accident with my sister driving. She was totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But, like, I don't, like, have a driver's license. That's not true. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. So, I fell asleep in the passenger seat. Wait. Really tired while she was driving. Wait. So I, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. Woke up as a jolt. It didn't hit my life, so, like, I couldn't take over. Okay. You put it at the end. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was at, like, 1 a.m. or so, I think. I had, like, a paper due, like, really soon. So, like, I hadn't slept and was working, like, real hard. So, it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. I, like, woke up because of a jolt, and, like, it was a sea of flames around me. Oh, yeah. My need to read it again. And your sister, what happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like totally black and there was like a ton of smoke. Like totally had like no clue what was going on. Opened the door and got away. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I kept wanting to forget that time. So like I don't remember things about the accident in like detail anymore. Well it's alright, no need to push yourself. I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know? There's that article, then I've already got it. And that's why you were in the passenger seat. Like, yeah. I was like at my college's research lab till like really late. So my sis was like giving me a ride home. I see.
Pheonix.
Yes?
You can't do this. You're being too easy on her.
Just got it? Okay. There was a secret sleeping in this testimony. Okay, we've already seen this. Okay, so you know exactly what's. Also, we have not taken damage in this trial so far.
Yeah, doing pretty
Been
good.
pretty good. Okay. Your driver's license. Miss Miney? That was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had, like, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about? That perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. How did you know? How do you know he was perverted? Okay, that was the line. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half a year lapse in time, Mr. Pheonix Wright. What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license. Ow. Try and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would have, like, let me drive. Yeah.
Don't just stand there, to yourself.
When did you get a whip, Mia? Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow.
Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway?
That's because... I think the situation calls for more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry. Didn't mean to be mean. Okay. Okay. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. Okay. I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. Not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Okay. so the time I was like really close to getting my license. This would have been in May. Okay. Totally. Okay.
There's something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural-sounding testimony. But we have to attack it, and by doing so, a flaw will show itself. It has to.
Do you really think so?
Believe, there's a path. I know it.
You almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. Okay, it's really close to getting my license. So what do you mean by really close? Like, I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Permit. Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is? Well, this lawyer never had a permit. What? Ignorance is to be whipped. What? What is with her? All she's said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Whoops, I did not see what those options were. Hold on. Press harder, okay. Press harder, letter B. Why did she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car? Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I think that car's getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise.
Pheonix, try asking something of more significance, alright?
Yeah, try asking good questions. You kind of suck at this lawyer thing. Oh, Mr. Miney, what kind of car was it? Bright red sports car. It was a new car. Yeah. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? Are you fucking... Come on. You can't tell me that the judge doesn't know what the United Kingdom is. And he's a judge somehow.
Oh my god, that is funny.
And it was a really special... Oh god, I started reading in the judge's voice. And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor? Yes. Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about being a special import car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then... That's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Miney, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. It's a totally special model from England. Okay, so this was totally...
So that's her boyfriend's name, right? England?
Yeah, England. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Ask for the heck of it. This is good. This is a really funny line of questioning.
Do it.
So yes, what am I supposed to pick for a topic? Okay, let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive, and their driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. It would seem there's no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? What do you know? Sleep shape that. Oh, the wild way. I can't.
Oh my god. What the?
It looks like she's the real car person. Ugh, forgive me. Personality really changes at the drop of a hat.
It's interesting, isn't it, Pheonix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case.
She killed them with a car. She somehow got a car in the channeling chamber and ran him over. She would say things like, "No way am I letting a noob drive my car." Okay. Was your sister good at driving? She was totally awesome. She said she was going to be the racing queen of the nursing world. Somehow I think she bumped my question off track again. And that was when the accident occurred, correct? Yeah. I immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled in a daze. Sounds like you had a terrifying time. Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so interesting. So now there's a contradiction here that I'm not entirely sure where. New car was stolen from England. That line came out after a press, so it makes me want to think that there's something weird with that line. But let's look at what we've got. I was tired and I dropped off to sleep. Then there was this crash. Okay, so you see flames. I was still asleep, but I opened the right door and got out. Oh, wait. I opened the right door, which meant she was not. So if she was opened the right door, and that meant they were in an American car, because she was in the passenger side.
Yeah.
So it's this on the English car thing. Wow, okay.
Good catch.
Miss Miney, do you remember this article? I had a feeling it was going to come back, because she even mentioned, I did an interview. That's probably the most accurate account.
Yeah.
It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat, the left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver is on the left side. That would be if it were an American car. But it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat.
But the left side was busted and I needed to climb to the right.
So I climbed over my dead sister and...
Yeah.
Order! Order in the court! Order! 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 Ah! Mr. Pheonix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. So I whipped the judge for some reason. Eni said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Miney. That is what Eni said, yes. But that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions.
Pheonix.
So, that means Eni was driving the car, and she's the one who crashed it and killed her sister. Interesting.
Looks like you finally found the real root of this murder.
I wasn't expecting that part to be different.
Yeah.
If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eenie or Mimi, who was really driving that night? And the answer is Eenie Miney, of course, which makes sense because she just outed that she's the huge car buff.
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Miss Eenie Miney just said so herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was. How? I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. At that time, Miss Eenie Miney had not received her driver's license.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she wasn't driving, though.
Yeah, exactly. And that is why the accident happened.
Hold it, Pheonix. Looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident.
The real truth?
Think outside the box. Isn't that what we always say?
Alright, one more time. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eenie or Mimi, who was really driving that night? Oh, really? I was wrong.
Huh.
The answer is the one person who had a driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Eenie Miney, was the one in the driver's seat. Oh man, is Eenie really her sister?
Huh. What if they did a whole switcheroo?
I think that's what we're they're getting at.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the next question. Not doing that in 3 different voices.
The next question. The next question. The next question.
Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? Ugh. What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Pheonix writes? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is.
Dr. Hottie.
The witness's real name is... Larry
My attorney's
Butts.
badge.
Yes, my attorney's badge.
Oh, man.
Dr. Turner Gray. The killer patient who claims to be Director Hottie seems to be extremely healthy. Yeah. Mimi Miney, that is your real name. Of all the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. But Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then, the body they found at the crash site. That was the body of the real Eenie Miney. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miney?
I like how she stretches her hat to the point that has tears and holes.
Yeah, and then she puts it back on and it's fine.
Yep.
That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eenie Miney. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miney from existence.
Your Honor. I'm sure you can see now why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray.
What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Oh. Specifically the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Miney was still in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. For the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Von Karma. Hey, why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. That quack doctor. He got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi, too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this. I'm guessing it's just the incident.
Yeah.
That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident, in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way to... Ugh, God.
I mean, you need to change your voice now. It's a different person.
I know. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life. As her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult? I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? Why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Franziska von Karma. Going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Yow. Oh. Ow, ow, ow. And one more for good measure.
Damn. He's dead. Pheonix! Hang in there, Pheonix! Pheonix!
This court is a fraud, a sham. Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I'll go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. Phoenix isn't even in the image here. That is all. This court is adjourned. Someone dragged Phoenix's dead body off the ground.
Congratulations, Maya.
Now she has to cover up. Sis. Oh, that is I guess it is the first time they get to.
Yeah.
Usually it's Maya channeling her, so they don't actually get to like be together.
Yeah, that's nice. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing?
Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I?
Yes, you did, but it's all right. So did I. No, you didn't. It was all just a dream.
You did kill me that one time, though. Remember when you killed me?
A really bad dream.
You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent.
Familiar scent?
I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's
right. Don't you fucking take my lines?
Yeah, right. There is still one thing I don't quite get. Oh, I'm awake, by the way.
What's that?
What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot.
I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder.
She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick. Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. What am I gonna get in trouble for next time? Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. I bet this is gonna happen again in the second case in the third game, and we're gonna have to do this all over again. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? Okay, I'm actually gonna save.
Because she's a terrible person.
I want to make sure we get this. I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... okay. So we know why. But what is the... What piece of evidence says that? Profiles, maybe?
Perhaps?
Okay, I don't think... I don't know which piece of evidence to use here.
I don't either.
Yeah.
She would have. Is there anything that says she would have become the next master?
I'm not seeing anything. Lotus photos.
Or maybe. Well, I guess the next person who also would have been next in line is Pearl, her
Yeah, I was
daughter.
thinking that. I'll try it. That's just why I saved, so you can go back if we have
Yeah.
to. But apparently, 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Crane Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And, but if you weren't there, the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The branch family, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearls.
Oh yeah, because
Huh.
they did mock her. Yeah, so she wouldn't have become the next one.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
forgot about that part.
that
Okay,
makes
yeah.
more sense.
Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she I think that she was saying I thought so.
Now
Incoming,
time to kill them both Pearl and her mom.
right?
You know, to make sure that there's no chance of dissent or coup.
Sure, sure. Anyway, this is all you.
My precious Pearl, you're the only one suitable to be the master of Karain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come.
Okay. And that is
Well,
the end
that
of
wasn't
episode
ominous.
2. Yeah, I guess that's gonna come back at some point in some fashion. But
Oh, she is the cover. Von Commerce the cover of the next episode.
yeah, she is. But
Interesting.
yeah, that was fun. That was a pretty good case. That was an
I
interesting twist I
like
wasn't
that.
expecting.
Yeah, that was actually. I did not see that coming. That was a really cool twist.
Yeah, for sure. That went to some that went to some interesting places. I also kind of liked playing this forever and you'll age finish up too. I mean, it's what happens, man. These games take a while.
Yeah, then we did take a break or breaks.
Yeah, well, yeah, we
Rather.
took a couple weeks off, but yeah, chapter 2 took us 3 streams, so honestly,
Hmm.
not that bad when you consider it. There's only 4 chapters, so
Yeah, because I
um,
think also we did have some tough time, like some difficulty with like the investigation with like the lock boxes. So
yeah,
it
a few
was a
things,
lot of.
but we did waste some time on that, but it wasn't too much.
Hmm.
I didn't take any damage in the trial in that last trial. Just
Yeah.
saying. Um, but yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty good case. But yeah, we will continue this next time. We will be starting chapter 3, moving on, and we'll see if this case is as interesting.
Yeah. Will she be the defendant, or will she the one on the stand? You know, the one battling again.
Oh yeah, did she murder someone? Maybe. But yeah. With that said, I think we're gonna get going.